story from the Daily Mail. It went viral over this past weekend, but we're back and we're going to talk about it. This image that you are seeing are two reportedly biological females. These are two women who apparently make OnlyFans content pretending to be male, but are actually female. Earmuffs, but I'll keep this one family friendly. Apparently what they do is they place things in their pants and then act like they're males on hormones to make money. And it works. Now, what's interesting about this is that trans women are furious, and they're claiming these women are wearing transface, are transphobic, are invading their space. And it's just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Irony must be lost on these people, right? Women have been complaining that biological males have been dressing up like women and taking hormones and then demanding access to women's spaces. And women are saying no. Now you have females pretending to be trans women, and trans women are saying you are invading our space. You don't get to do that. You don't get to take everyone else's space and then demand exclusivity for your own. These women are just trans, right? They're just trans men. What's the problem? Here's the story. Two OnlyFans models have been accused of pretending to be trans women to make money on the platform. The adult creators who go by Silly Lily TS went viral after they published a video on X captioned, "Just two boys being silly," alongside a trans flag. The video prompted hundreds of responses from X users who claimed the visible bulge on the models was actually adult objects and accused them of mocking trans women. One comment read, "Pretending to be trans to grift while also being transphobic is also embarrassing." I am going to pause right there and just say, I don't think anyone's confirmed that they are actual biological females. They may be. I'll tell you why. The individual on the right does appear female. Entirely possible they're actually dudes, whatever. But a couple things you can notice is the gummy smile. And I mean no disrespect to people with gummy smiles. But when women smile, their teeth bare in ways that men don't. There's a funny story that I saw once about advertising. And an advertiser said, "We need a picture of a man's mouth for a razor or for some kind of ad campaign." Maybe you guys have heard the story. And the guy came back and gave him a photo and he says, "This is a woman's mouth. We need a man's mouth." And the guy's like, "What do you mean it's just a mouth? How can you tell the difference?" And he says, "When women smile, their upper teeth show. When men smile, they don't. Men have to pull back." So that looks like a biological female. But hey, if not, congratulations on your transition. The female on the left, also, people are generally saying they appear to be female. The image, of course, is censored, which is silly because it's not real, but whatever. Another added, "Is there anything more disgusting than pretending to be transgender and then being transphobic towards trans girls?" A third wrote, "Oh, F off and stop profiting off trans people. Everyone knows it's adult objects in your knickers." A fourth chimed in, "We know you're both fake. If you want to do not safe for work content, then do it. Hell, I do, but don't get in our space." Here's what I'd like to say. It's entirely possible that these are actually trans people. It would be funny if the reason why these trans women are attacking them is because they look too much like cis women. They pass too well. Imagine there are two trans women. One passes and one doesn't. So the one that doesn't accuses the other one of pretending to be trans. Could be where we're at. Either way, the hypocrisy is quite absurd. Despite these claims, it's unclear if the models, whose real names remain unknown, are cis or trans women. I wonder if they have the actual tweet here. While many took offense to the video, other ex-users mocked the trans commentators and accused them of being hypocritical. One comment said, "You think women can't identify as trans? You're a transphobic bigot." Perhaps these are females who want to be male. They want to be guys. Now, hold on there a minute. Hold on. If a trans man, let's talk about this for a second. There have been many trans women who have beards and are very masculine looking. And they say, what you wear, how you look doesn't define your gender. And it's been accepted by the trans community. There are trans men who wear fake bulges. So these could be trans men. A couple boys saying they're boys as if to imply that they're not identifying as women. These may be biological females who want to be trans men. And so there's nothing out of the ordinary for this. I suppose this shows the internal inconsistencies of gender ideology because everything they're presenting as is just them being trans men, but trans women are attacking them for it. One comment said, "You think women can't identify as trans?" Another added, "It's ironic. Y'all want us to accept you for your mental illness. Who are you to say that you don't have mental health issues too?" Wait, one of the women, someone else said that. The video prompted hundreds of responses from ex-users who claimed the visible, was actually a toy. Get it? They've done a bunch of these. A third user wrote, "Pretending to be women to grift while also being mad that women are grifting off that grift is so hypocritical. The lack of self-awareness here is embarrassing. Women pretending to be men, pretending to be women." Lily Ann's OnlyFans charges $9 a month for access to her account. She describes herself as your fave T-girl on her page. Okay, so in that regard, they are claiming to be trans women. Oh, the system is so busted. I got this article from Times of India. Times of India is funny because Google just loves them now. But I want to show you the original tweet. This person says, geez, "Seeing cis girls shove adult objects in their pants, pretending to be trans for money makes me so annoyed. My gender isn't your costume." What? Your gender? If you're a trans woman, your gender is woman, and they're women, and their gender is women, then no, they can do whatever they want. What is this? Here we go. This is the original post. Just two boys being silly. Silly Lily, trans flag, and trans flags. The crazy thing about this is that these females, they do appear to be female. The funny thing I will add, though, is like, did these females think they looked manly, and so they should try and pretend to be guys who are masquerading as women? But I digress. Either way, what's fascinating is the market on OnlyFans for men who are attracted to men on female hormones is, hey man, different strokes for different folks, but we are in wild times. I got to tell you that. Let me just stress. Two females trying to compete in the adult content space seem to have realized it is difficult competing in the vanilla space and decided maybe they should pretend to be guys so that gay guys who like feminine tops to tell you, man. Look, dude, hey, I'm not a fan of OnlyFans. I think OnlyFans is awful. I think it is degeneracy is bad for this country. Online porn has grown way out of control. Porn itself has is absolutely insane. I can understand why these things are bad for society as a whole. I'm fairly libertarian, however, so I mostly just say, do you, I guess. But I think there's a bigger story beyond just trans people being mad that there's women pretending to be trans and the irony and the absurdity of it. The strange reality is the market for whatever this is it's kind of funny. There are men who are attracted to men, but they want to have women's faces and boobs. Look, dude, whatever. The gender ideology stuff that we're seeing in this country has gotten to an absurd degree, and it's only gotten more absurd as of here. Okay, we've got the Publica. I saw this on the Publica. In what might just be the most insane story of the year, two female models have gone viral pretending to be transgender to sell porn. Trans activists are now accusing the women of appropriation for identifying as men who identify as women. Woman. Okay, so we have women identifying as men who identify as women. Idiocracy could not have predicted this. But I had an idea this weekend. As I was vacationing, we went to a couple places up the East Coast, and we saw, you see, there's a lot of these towns that are historic, and they'll have buildings that are like, this building was built in 1750, and like somebody lives in it. We have those here, actually, in West Virginia, and it's all over the East Coast. This building is 400 years old or whatever. And what's funny is you go to these areas that are residential, or they used to be, and it's all tourism now. So like I went to a lighthouse, and the lighthouse is a museum. It's just fascinating to me that there used to be a guy who lived there, and that guy would he'd walk in the morning, walk out of his lighthouse, and he'd have chickens and do whatever. And lighthouse keeper and his family lived there, and that was their job. That's all they did. Every day they wake up, they'd make sure they went and got food. They would probably farm a little bit, and they would spend most of their day hanging out, doing family stuff to survive because winter was coming. But they were the lighthouse keepers, and they got support and payment for maintaining that lighthouse because trade routes would come in, and then they'd get paid. And it's funny. Now, these residential areas have turned into commercial tourist locations. I think it's kind of wild to see like 500 people just walking through what used to be some dude's house. And they're like, John Doe lived here. It's crazy because it makes me think about what the future is going to be. Idiocracy could not have predicted this stuff. My idea was like, in the future, we all live in gigantic concrete pods. They're like 8 feet by 8 feet. You plug into VR and you live in the digital world. And when you want to go outside, you go on vacation in New York City, where all the skyscrapers are just tourist attractions and arcades, and there's no real work going on anymore. And it's just like, wow, this building was built in 1973, and it's like the year 2200. And there's pictures of the people who used to work there. Nobody works there anymore. Because like you go to these towns, and what used to be a center of commerce and trade, it's all tourist stuff now. The old bank is a coffee shop. So it's like, what's going to happen to like the Federal Reserve of New York, the stock exchange? You're going to go to the stock exchange in 100 years, and it's going to be a casino. And they're going to call it like, and there's going to be tourists all over the place. Like, wow, they used to do work here. That to me is crazy. The future is just nuts. Idiocracy could not predict. I'm going to wrap it up there, my friends. Smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, share the show with your friends, become a member at timcast.com. We need your support. I don't know, man. I don't know where this country goes. I don't know what happens. Far be it from me to see the future. Follow me on X at Timcast. Become a member by going to timcast.com and clicking join us. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you all tonight at 8 p.m. for Timcast IRL. Perhaps I'll have more updates on our lawsuit, the legal action we are pursuing, and where we go. So thank you all so much for your support. We'll see you all tonight.